We've got the Youth Alpha Camp is going on this weekend. They're currently over at Futululu, just across the road, and they've had an amazing weekend so far. We popped in this morning early to see them, and they are carrying on. They had a fire going this morning already, and they were, oh yeah, that's all of them. There we go. That was when they arrived on Friday. So Nipo and the team, and we've got some friends of ours that lead a church in Hilton. They've released 3 of their young adults to come and minister, and they've had an incredible time. There's kids that have been saved on the camp. They gave them the gospel last night, and it's all part of the Alpha course that we've been running with the youth. And so most of those kids got saved last night. It's an incredible, I tell you, it's an incredible thing as a parent, you know, and our kids have only known church. They've been raised in church, but it's an incredible thing as a parent when the faith that you've been sowing into your kid becomes theirs, and that relationship with Jesus becomes real for them. You know, it's no longer just what my mom and dad do and something I go along with, but it becomes their faith. And so it's an incredible thing to see what God's doing in that next generation. And most of those kids are not in our church. And that's also pretty flippin' cool. I'm pretty stoked about that. So thank you to every one of you that have sown into that camp, that have given generously so that thing could happen. We appreciate you. Some of you don't even know you've given into that, but you have. So part of that inheritance lies with you as well. And yeah, we're just excited about what God's doing in the youth. And please just keep praying for Nipo and for Jade and for Michaela as well. She's not there this weekend, but she's serving them as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's going on. And then also part of what we do as a larger group of churches, movement of churches, is we're part of NCMI, which is a New Covenant Ministries thing. It's a group of churches that relate together. We're autonomous local churches that choose to relate to one another. And once a year, we do these equip times. And so what it is when local churches come together and we have certain guys who lead churches or have certain giftings that we believe the church could benefit from. They will speak at those things. And so there's 2 in KZN coming up in October. You can attend both because they run consecutively. So on the Thursday the 5th and Friday the 6th, they're going to be running the equip up at Maritzburg at One Life. And so that'll be Thursday all day and then Friday morning. And then on the Friday night and Saturday morning all day-ish will be at Glenridge in Durban. So that's at the station in Durban, real easy to get to. You do need to book to go to those. I think the tickets are $50 each or something like that. It's just a nominal cost. If you can't afford it, we'll pay for you, and we'll send out the booking link for that this week. So if you're able to go to that, I'd encourage you. It's amazing to get together with different people from different local churches and just to be equipped for the advancing of the kingdom. All right, and then for our kids' church, this is the last Sunday that kids' church will be happening. They take a break over the school holidays. So parents, get ready. It's coming. But from next weekend, I'm kidding. But we will obviously have stuff and space available for the kids. But just the formal kids' ministry, this will be the last Sunday that they run. Okay, so enough for the formal announcements of what we're doing. There's a reason why we've got Spiwe here with us this morning. And for those who missed the welcome in the beginning, Spiwe is a young man that we met. We were partnering with an organization that was doing outreaches and evangelism and workshops into Duku and to Kula, and they were going actually all around. They went to Zwenelisha and Kwadi, and they went all over. And Tersha happened to be with the one group the one day, and they went along and they were going house to house and asking people how they could pray for them. And she met Spiwe on a day, and God just touched something in Tersha's heart and gave her an immense amount of grace for this young man. As you may have noticed, Spiwe is different. He's got some unusual mannerisms and some challenges that he's facing. And the family are doing their utmost best and have for the last 21 years, 22 years almost, to look after him and to care for them as best as they know how. And in the last sort of few months, we've been blessed to be a part of that and to be a part of just helping the family and seeing how we can come alongside them, really. We're trying not to take over we're trying to help them in a way that is sustainable and in a way that benefits Piwe as much as possible for the rest of his life. And so part of that challenge is obviously a space for him. So one of the things is he has very little inhibitions around his behavior and things. So if he's not contained or held on to, he will leave. And he leaves in a hurry too. And so there's been some occasions where he's got lost, and he'll just walk up and get into a car and get in the car with the person and head off down somewhere. And so it's dangerous for him. He doesn't understand the dangers, and he's not aware of the predicaments he can put himself in on public roads and things like that. And so part of the family's challenge is how to contain him and keep him in the family home in a safe way and in a healthy way for him. So they've been doing that as best as they can up until now. And what we want to do, they've built him a separate little house. So he's got his own room. It's just like a big one-bedroom house kind of vibe. And it's got a little veranda on it. And what we want to do is we want to extend that veranda with a roof and then enclose it. I know it sounds a bit harsh, but it's honestly what we can figure out and what we've taken some advice on, and we've taken some input from people who are experienced in that field, and that is the best way that we can see for him going forward. And so we want to help the family by building just essentially building a safe place for him to be, where he's got room to move and he can play outside and he can have his toys and he can still have access to his room and things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to commit as a church to helping him, and we want to give you the opportunity to sow into that. So if you would like to sow specifically into that thing, you can give it straight into the normal church bank account, and just use the reference King's Storehouse, or KSP for Peware. Okay, so KS for King's Storehouse. We have a separate ministry called King's Storehouse that is kind of an almsgiving and a reaching out and a helping folks arm of the church, and just so that we can account for that money well. If you do want to give specifically to that, if you want to give cash to that, you can put it in an envelope and just mark it Peware or King's Storehouse and pop it in the baskets. And then everything that we get aligned with that, we will then obviously give to them, and will go towards helping them as a family. So we want to do that ASAP. I know payday, we're about as far away from payday as you get, but if you've planned well, I'm kidding. If God moves your heart, and if you've heard the Spirit, then you've come ready. But no, I'm kidding. It's not. I don't want to be manipulative. But seriously, no pressure. We're going to help. If you would like to get on board with that, please do so as well. All right, is that okay, Tim? Did we get that right? Thanks, buddy. Tim's our budding accountant. He can slush fund. What? Hey? Fudge the numbers. We don't need to do that, Brute. You need to fudge your KPMG numbers and send the money. All right. Kids. The kids aged 3 to grade 7 can go out with Cursed, my Cursed.